Hey, so we started a brand new series tonight called Balanced by Andy Stanley about financial stability. And tonight was called Opening the Books. And really the end result was knowing where your money's going. That's like the basic baby steps we can take. But there was so much more in there as far as the scriptures he used for, where your heart is, there, or where your treasure is, there your heart will be. And it makes you think. It really does about the importance we put on our money and our things, and we don't want to surrender it to God.
Yeah. I like the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, here you are talking about the beginning.
Yeah.
Open the books. But I like the ending because you're saying spy on your money.
Spy on your money, yeah.
Find out where it's going. I love that. It's just so fun. It really was a fun session tonight.
Yeah.
It made me think of that saying. I think I forget who said it. Tell your money where to go before you wonder where it went.
Oh yeah.
Spy on it.
Yeah. But it was just he tells it so much better. He's got plenty of stuff to go there, but he used the analogy of balancing, this pole on his hand, and saying that if you keep your focus on your money, you watch where it goes, everything will stay balanced. And how many times we can be unbalanced, and powerful statement to say that you can't be unbalanced financially and serve God really correctly as a Christian.
So who is the better money manager in your family?
I'm telling you, if you were there tonight,
No.
Pastor Brandon was. He was amazing. That's all I'm
And
saying.
how about in your family? Who's the money manager in your family?
Yes, unfortunately, I am.
Yeah, we
I
can't
am.
really. No, we really can't
Yes.
talk about that stuff. And of course, people weren't willing to talk about the.
No.
They didn't talk about it, but as I
could
was
tell. You
viewing,
could tell.
I said, who in most of it was the husbands going like that,
pointing over there. Yes.
And really, it should be the person who's better at it.
Yes.
Because one usually is better.
Yeah.
I don't know that it can be a group effort. I mean, handling money in general has to be a team effort.
Yeah.
But tracking it, like QuickBooks,
Like
accounting.
the administrative part of it.
Yeah.
But what did he say is when you take two people who are unbalanced coming together, man, you can.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, too?
some
I know.
damage.
I remember someone who was going to get engaged, and he did a retail credit check on his future wife.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they still get married?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was okay.
He just wanted what he wanted to know what he was in for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Well, like I said, when he said, this week I want you to spy, I thought he was going to say, on your spouse. see what they're spending.
Wow. Then he would have had to do a marriage series to follow that up.
Okay, let's get spiritual for a minute.
Yes.
There were some verses.
Yep.
One was the one you quoted.
Right.
Actually, I think a couple of them are out of Matthew. But Matthew talked about you can't serve two masters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matthew 6:24. You're going to love the one, despise the other.
Yeah.
And Jesus finally says you cannot serve God, and the New International Version says money.
Money, yeah.
But
Okay.
almost every other version said mammon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow.
while I'm watching the video, I'm doing a word study on my phone using Bible Hub, and the word in the Greek and Aramaic is mammon,
Oh, wow.
and it comes from a Hebrew word ammon, which means to trust. So what it means, mammon, is putting your trust in riches. So it isn't money. And then the other thing was the passage in one of the epistles.
Don't you love when you start down a road
I
and you're
know.
like, what is that verse?
I had it. Is it Peter? Is it Timothy? Where it talks about, maybe it was Hebrews. Hebrews.
What did it say? It might ring a bell.
Ring a bell. That's funny. I don't know why that made me laugh. No, the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
And where it says love of money, again, doing a word search, it's a word that means silver lover, a lover of silver.
Wow.
Yeah, the word phila is in there, which means in Greek love.
Yep. Wow.
And then the word for silver. Really, it's like, wow. When you go back to the original language, it's got so much more depth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And so I had to bring that out because that's what I'm doing when I'm listening to Andy. I'm multitasking.
And it probably fits the context of the letters.
I didn't do it when you were speaking. It was only when Andy was on the screen.
I did reference you quite a bit tonight because
Yeah.
you have been, you've attempted to help us.
I'd be glad to throw some stuff out there.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And it is. It's a spiritual issue, but it's an emotional issue when you talk about marriage. It's a psychological issue for yourself, so you learn how to control yourself, be disciplined.
Right.
Yeah. You have to be intentional.
You really do. Yes.
It's true. Like a lot of important things in life, you have to be intentional. It's very true.
Yeah, it doesn't just happen. It
Nope.
doesn't just happen. It takes planning. And so I don't mean to wrap things up here, but the last thing he left off with, and you may want to try this at home, is just take the next 7 days, take the next week, and just make a list of where you have spent money during the week. So you get an idea.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be complicated. Just
Yeah,
put
don't
it
worry
somewhere.
about deposits. We're
Yeah.
not talking about a checkbook register, but just take a list of where you spent money. And it'll be very revealing. And come and show up next Wednesday night for part 2, because I'm sure that one little assignment from Andy is going to be talked about in lesson number 2.
Yeah, and come with your answers. Where'd you
That's
spend
right.
money?
Where'd you spend money?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
want to know.
We'll all reveal.
We want to know.
Yeah, have an idea. And it may not be a typical week, but you might be surprised how much you spent at Starbucks, how much you spent at Safeway or Acme or somewhere. It'd be very, very telling.
Yes.
I agree.
So,
How do you want to say goodbye?
well, other than goodbye, we hope to see you. We hope if this appeals to you at all, we had a good crowd tonight.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we really did.
I think it's a little bit different take on it, and that's good. So,
Yeah. Don't miss out. Love to see you next Wednesday.
yeah, absolutely.